What's Your Position podcast is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised. On today's Full Frontal, we're talking to V, sex researcher and sex shop employee. Do you guys want to hear a joke?
Yes, now,
Of
please.
course.
Okay, ready? Are you my little toe? Because I'm going to bang you on every piece of furniture I own. I did that this past weekend. It's still healing.
Nice.
And now, with love from Huntington Beach, your host, Ashley Weller.
Welcome, fellow humans. Sorry about your baby toe.
I've been holding that in for a week.
I know, you poor thing. Oh, man. I'm going to bang you on every piece of furniture. Welcome, fellow humans, to another Full Frontal, all for you. Fun fact, we recorded this Full Frontal like 3 months ago, and I deleted it. So, actually,
And we feel
I don't know what
awful.
happened. Like, we were here, we did great, everything was fine, and then I literally opened
Ashley ruined it.
Adobe and it was gone, and I cried. I was really angry, and I needed like a minute to be by myself.
Wow.
But
Technology fucking stabbed us in the back.
it's fine,
Yeah.
because what that means is that we get to hang out with our friend twice.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay, yay, yay.
Always.
Wait, I
And-
had one for that.
Oh, yeah, no, facts. Always a good thing. We have V today, which please help me remember and write down if I.
Oh,
fuck
I
it
know,
up.
I will.
Well, I'm so happy you're back. Yay. It just means we get to hang out twice, which is fine. But I am a huge fan of the human sitting in front of us because I have known her for a while, and she's been in my life in a couple different ways that I can't necessarily go into, just, for like privacy's sake. But she, to me, is one of the most like knowledgeable souls on the topic of sex. She does sex research. I trust her, and she has her thumb on the pulse of human sexuality in this country. And I really feel like we are super honored to have her here today. So thank
I'm
you.
blushing.
Oh, my
Fuck yeah.
goodness. And we're gonna go have some dank Korean barbecue after this.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Oh,
karaoke.
yeah.
And then karaoke, because
Yeah.
when you come on What's Your Position, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyone who wants to
Record,
Booze,
dinner,
food,
karaoke.
karaoke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
booze,
Repeat.
food, karaoke, repeat,
Yeah.
right? We're talking about sex shops today. And in the last half of season 5, we're live, really want to focus on some super important aspects of our country that are being challenged right now. So we had our 3-part afternoon delight all about birth control. We also had an amazing trans activist come on and talk to us about trans rights, Jessica Lynn. You know her. We also have had talked to Dr. Eric Sprinkle about masturbation myths and busting myths. And it's important for me to educate y'all out there in the world about human sexuality and sex education. But right now, I feel like it's really important to give you just basic information because it's being censored and it's being taken away from us.
Yeah.
So talking about sex shops seemed so simple, and I cannot believe we have never had an episode about it before.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we are going backwards in our United States.
We
are
actually,
going backwards.
we really
Pretty
are.
fucked up.
And I have actually something to say in regards to that, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to be a professor for just a second, and I'm going to educate you on something called the Comstock Laws. So really quickly, the Comstock Act was an act introduced in 1873. It was a landmark piece of federal legislation that made it illegal to send, and these are in quotes, obscene, lewd, or
Oh, I did hear about that.
lascivious materials through the mail. Mail, for those of you who don't know, preceded the internet. So it
It was the U.S.
way.
Postal Service.
That's nuts, man.
I mean, we used to
I have to
send-
wait for it?
Yeah, you have to wait. Yeah.
Edging.
And legit edging your information for real. But
Morse code.
this is how we used to get things out. So if you wanted to send your husband or wife a Valentine's Day card, illegal because of the Comstock Act. If you wanted to,
You mean like a titty pic?
well, there wasn't cameras, I don't believe it.
A drawing, a nude
18 no,
drawing
You're gonna look it up.
of these
I'm gonna
tits.
look it up.
Look it up right now. A new drawing of paint me like one of your French girls, Jack.
There you go. You can paint it. Paint titties.
Paint titties.
Okay.
But it was, brochures talking about any sort of bras or birth control or methods of family planning or what have you. And this individual, Comstock, decided that we were going to go ahead and ban all of that shit. This included contraceptives, sexual education, literature, and any items related to sexual health or pleasure. The law intended to uphold moral standards, again, in quote, and restrict the circulation of what was deemed inappropriate. And this was deemed by a group of old white men. Over the years, the act was used to censure not only explicit material, but also the educational content that could empower people to make choices about their health. Its influence persisted beyond the 20th century, shaping public policy and societal attitudes towards sexuality. And the ramifications of this act are still felt today because it has led to a long-standing idea that sex is taboo and shouldn't be taught in schools, and we shouldn't be talking about it, and sex shops should be only over 18 and they should be covered in black paper, and when you go into one you should feel guilty, and when you talk about birth control there's this fear and there's this stigma behind it. And even in recent years, conservative lawmakers in several states, including Ohio, Texas, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, and the Carolinas, have all proposed legislation that echoes in some way the restrictive principles of the Comstock Act. And this can be anything from restricting access to information about birth controls, restricting access to information about abortions, restricting access to pornography. These proposed measures aim to limit the distribution of sexual health materials, curtail advertising for any sex-related product. That includes Viagra, for all of you people out there who use Viagra and don't think that this applies to you. It does. And also restrict access to certain types of sexual education. People who are for these laws argue that they uphold Christian moral values.
I was just going to ask.
Yeah, of course.
Because that's what this country is built on, right? Is, Christian fucking values.
Boo.
Critics assert that restrictions not only infringe upon personal freedoms, but hinder public health initiatives by limiting access to critical educational resources. I would also argue that by telling someone you don't get access to birth control, you don't get access to porn, you don't get access to birth control or abortion rights, they're going to go and find that somewhere else,
right,
and it isn't going to be regulated, and it's not going to be safe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This resurgence of this restrictive legislation raises concerns that the sex shop industry, which plays a vital role in promoting sexual wellness and education, because they do seminars and they do live workshops, and the people who work in the sex shops are well versed on the products and how to use them, could once again be at heavy risk for censorship and regulation. So with that, I wanted to introduce V. Hi, welcome.
Hey.
And just kind of go ahead and tell us a little bit about where you work and about what you do.
Yeah, so I am a sex researcher. I've done a lot of my focus and research on sexuality, sexual health, LGBTQ issues. I am a queer, non-binary individual myself, so a lot of it's close to home. And I started working at a corporate sex shop about a little under a year ago, in July of last year, so however many months that's been.
Sure.
And I've just gained a large amount of knowledge on the industry that I hadn't prior, because I do a lot of research, so I'm very well versed with everything kind of going on in terms of, legislation and sex research and science, you know, but I just hadn't had that industry standpoint before.
A little more hands-on.
A little more hands-on, for lack of a better term.
Hands on the dildo.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
But it's just been really eye-opening. Like, it's great. I have my great moments for the customers that come in. You know, we have our standard like 60-year-old women who come in who have never been in a sex shop before. It's a super taboo topic for them, and they come in super nervous with their tail between their legs, and I just get to help ease them into the topic, show them all the different products, because the industry has also gotten so big that there's just so much technology that so many people don't know about yet. So it's really overwhelming for a lot of people coming in for the first time. But then we also have, you know, our standard like gross, creepy men who come in and, you know, ask us about if we wear makeup and if we're married and whatnot. You know, you get all sides of the coins because everybody has sex. So it's a really fun way for me as somebody who also studied psychology to kind of view people and see everybody from all walks of life coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So there are a few places I wanted to mention in Orange and LA County that an individual could go to go shopping. And I'm so sorry that I can't do all 50 states and all of the countries, but we live here. So if you live in the Southern California area, there are a couple different places you can go. The Pleasure Chest in West Hollywood, which was founded in 1971. It was a waterbed store.
Oh my God.
I know. That soon began carrying sexual enhancement products.
Why are waterbeds a thing?
I don't know, but
they're not anymore.
They're not.
No, but like
there used to be.
My parents had one.
Oh my God.
I had family members and friends, and I'm just like, this is fucking awful.
Some guy who was like really fucking high was like, what if I could sleep?
What if I slept on
the
water?
Man.
Imagine
and
having
not
sex
drown
on one of
Oh
them.
my God.
No, I've slept on one, and I'm like,
Pop
this
it.
never. Yeah, I know, right?
Ugh.
Fucking a little like leak of water
floods your door. Yeah.
no,
I remember my dad.
That's what happens.
He used to bring in a hose and like put it up
To fill it up?
Yeah, to like
Yeah.
screw it
Oh
into
my
the-
God.
Yeah, it was
It
crazy.
would take like half the day.
Your shit's all moldy.
Ugh.
So during the challenging early years of the HIV and AIDS crisis, the community in Hollywood suffered losses, and so this community shuttered some of its doors. But in 2005, Brian Robinson, who was the nephew of the original owner, acquired the remaining locations and restored the brand to its national status, renewing its commitment to providing judgment-free environments for sexual exploration. Lovers, or Lovers Package, as they were previously known, can be found all over the country. But specifically, there are numerous locations in LA, Long Beach, and Orange County. They are a retailer dedicated not only to adult products, but also sexual wellness education. It was actually started by a woman in 1981 in Bellevue, Washington. Shout out to my homies up in Seattle. What? Over the years, it has built a reputation for blending retail with in-store workshops and expert guidance, helping destigmatize adult product
They do
shopping.
workshops?
Yep, they do.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, they do like amazing
Didn't
education.
you?
I did.
You tried to,
I
or
tried
you were
to
going
be.
to?
Yeah, I got in touch with one of the. There's one right by our house.
But it was because at that time, I think it was going to be a Playboy.
Playboy was going to buy it. Yeah, so they.
but I don't think I don't know if they did or not.
I know. And when it was,
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
Erotic Emporium in San Diego, known for we've been there.
Willy
my love.
Wonka.
Have we?
Yeah,
Oh, the one down in San Diego.
one down in
When
San
we went-
Diego.
Oh, we went to the Ron Jeremy. What was it?
I was like a party or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was what's the not a strip club but a burlesque club.
Burlesque
That's
club,
yeah,
yeah.
it was burlesque. Yeah.
Very boutique, carefully curated selection of high quality erotic products. Earned its reputation for personalized service, inviting, discreet environment. And we hear these words like discreet, when we're talking about these. The Erotic Touch in Orange County, positioned as a luxury adult boutique, focuses on upscale sex toys and lingerie and accessories, caters to a clientele seeking a refined shopping experience in a space that prioritizes aesthetics and education.
Personal dildo shopper.
Hello. And then Secret Desires Boutique in Anaheim. Secret Desires offers a range of unique and upscale erotic products designed to cater to diverse tastes with a focus on quality and discreet service. This boutique has carved out a niche for offering products that range from playful to luxurious.
I wonder if they do any Disneyland.
Right? Mickey themed. I know.
Disney outfits.
Oh my God.
That'd be so
sure.
good.
that
Oh
would
my
be
God.
amazing. So there's a lot of stores that offer these like crazy cool workshops. There is Lovers right here by our house, babe, like right here on the corner in
right next door to
Tequila, Washington, right off the freeway near South Center. And if you know what I'm talking about, Seattle humans, you know it's a 3-story Lovers package. It's
3-story?
Massive.
That'd be so fun.
I know, right? They have free workshops, free personalized consultations, and collaborating with sexual health professionals. The one here off of Newland does a monthly workshop with Planned Parenthood, where they come in and talk about STI testing. They do another one with specific condom brands and also sex toy brands, where they have them come in and they do like a special setup, and the person is sitting at the booth and like giving demonstrations about the products themselves. They have rigorous employee training programs to ensure every staff member is equipped with both the technological product knowledge and sensitivity required to assist every customer. So I personally am a fan of Lovers. I've known them since I was a kid, driving down the 5 freeway and Federal Way and Tequila, seeing the Lovers package off the side of the freeway, and then growing up in Huntington Beach when I was like 19 years old and I met you, the first time I went into a sex store was with you. And it was into that sex store right there.
Right.
It was called Condom Revolution back then, but that's where I bought my very first sex toy. It was in this Lovers package right down the street. So I personally find in-person sex stores to be incredible, and I think that they are awesome.
That's why I work there.
Right? What was your first sex store experience, V?
Oh, honestly, it was the place that I work currently. It was
That's the first sex store you ever
first
went into?
sex store. I mean, yeah, when I turned 18, went to college, that was the one available. I'm originally from the East Coast, and there's not a ton that were around me.
Interesting.
I didn't go looking for them, so maybe that's just like, false information. But it was my first time going into one, and I remember it was not a huge staff working, just a couple of people on the counter, and it was a very like personalized experience. Like they knew that we were super young, like we were 18, but still young enough to be like giggly about things.
Right.
Picking up the massive 12-inch dildos and like laughing at them.
Right.
But so they kind of left us alone. But working there and being on the other side of the coin, it's really awesome to see the sensitivity training that goes into making sure that all of our staff members can approach customers with, open eyes, open ears, and really pinpoint what's best for each person.
So where you work also does like really important like sensitivity training to the products that you're selling, not just like basic, this is where you work, this is how you use a cash register, buy.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely lackluster, but there is training.
Okay.
Like they're also just all like videos that we watch. It's
okay.
Yeah, and then like most of the training that is like hands-on with like our management stuff. So that's where I got most of my training on like using open vocabulary. This was a lot of stuff I already done prior, but for people who have never worked retail or going into a job for a first time, like it's good to have those refreshers. But open language, penis havers, vagina havers, all that type of linguistic.
When was your first sex shop experience, husband Kevin Weller?
Oh, me? I feel like I've said this on this.
Yeah, remember the episode we recorded that I deleted?
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that back up, sad trombone. Jesus.
No, I mean, I know it was my first girlfriend. I know that was the first time I went to the clinic, and I don't know.
Sex store.
I don't know. I don't remember. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Was it with me?
No,
Wow.
I do not
T.
remember. I actually don't remember. I mean, I remember a lot of other ones, but like.
Interesting. All right. Do you remember yours?
I don't know. What did I say the last one?
I don't know.
I don't know.
deleted it.
It's gone.
We'll never know.
I think my first time actually going into a real sex shop was in Japan with my mom.
Oh wow,
Because
they have some crazy ones.
We were like out on the town one night and getting drinks or something, and like walking around and had separated because it was like a family trip. But my mom and I are really close, and she's like my best friend, so we were kind of just trying to do our own thing. But we went off and found this like sex store that had like some stairs that you go down, like it's like underground.
Oh, wow.
And then like the lights were all very like kind of this neon blue of these signs that we have in our studio.
Yeah.
And it was very like there was just so much merchandise. It was like a lot packed into a very, very small space, like probably the size of maybe like your upstairs.
Oh, wow.
Like it's very small.
Jeez.
For like a retail store with how many dildos they crammed in there. It was a lot.
So many.
And like multiple shelves, light up things and stuff like that. And in Japan, I remember there was also this store that had it was like a condom kind of like emporium that had a bunch of different types of condoms and like toys and stuff like that. It was like mainly condoms and like pocket pussies, but not a lot of like dildos and stuff. But it was on my list of things that I wanted to do on that trip because of my ex that I was dating at the time had been to Japan a couple of times, and he's like, "Oh my god, you got to go to this store and get me this tanga egg. I need it. That's
Not
what
the
I want.
tanga
Not the
egg.
tanga
Not the
egg."
tanga.
He's like, "I want a tanga egg. That's all I want." I was like, "All right, fine."
I feel like you could probably get tanga eggs out of like a vending machine.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Japan.
No, and it's really cute because they sell them in like egg cartons too.
Yeah.
Because they're
They
like
are.
little eggs.
They're so
But yeah,
funny.
I think that was my first time.
That just never mind. That's off subject. I just remember this guy was fucking.
Condomania.
Condomania, yes.
Condomania.
That's what it was.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yep,
Yes.
100 different condoms to choose from.
And it was under construction, so we had to go to like a satellite one.
in
at the time.
Harajuku. Is
Yes,
where
but I seriously got like probably 6 tanga
and
eggs to bring
then
back to my friends.
there is a tanga shop in
Yeah.
in Japan.
'Cause it's a
They
Japanese
just
brand.
yeah, they just sell tanga, and then
Very
they
cool.
also in Japan have a 6-story sex store.
Yeah. It's
And
really
the 6th
cool.
floor, you have to
It's-
have an invitation to.
It's really
Whoa.
interesting in Japan with all of the sex stuff. That's like a whole different episode, but
It
it's,
really is.
It's very like taboo, but also open at the same
It's
time.
very
It's
taboo
a weird
and
dichotomy.
also very much
Yeah. Also,
happening.
tanga eggs, for anybody listeners who don't know, it's basically like a pocket pussy,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like compact. It's the size of a literal egg.
and they come in a little 6-pack, like
Yeah.
you would buy an egg.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Know
they're
exactly
not,
what
and they're
they are.
not as expensive.
And they're not $10
Nope.
Well, I
They
mean,
are
because
cheaper
if you,
than regular
I know
eggs
because
for
if you
a
dozen,
do,
I
if
don't
you
know.
do something like a, fuck, dude, what is it called? I'm totally blanking on it. It's like the top of the line pocket pussy.
Oh,
Flashlight.
Thank you.
There
There
it
you
is.
go. Because those are like what, like 80, 100 bucks, and then tanga eggs
Yeah.
are probably like what, like $10.
yeah. A flashlight is probably more like.
Because you can get fleshlights, because remember Jessica Drake,
I know she
has her own personalized.
I
I
want
know.
it.
Yeah. That's right. It was
She
you.
won.
Yeah.
Yeah, she won my
Right.
giveaway when Jessica
So-
Drake was on our podcast.
Yeah.
So
So it's quite a jump.
quite a journey. Yeah. That actually brings me to my stat of the day. The oldest known
pocket pussy.
no sex toy is believed to have been a carved stone phallus discovered in a cage in Germany.
Temperature play.
Facts. This ancient artifact is thought to have been used either for sexual stimulation or as part of ritualistic practices, highlighting that sexual expression has deep roots in human history. How old is this stone phallus? How many years old is this
4,000.
stone phallus?
Oh man.
Discovered in a cave in
Are you sticking
southern
with
Germany.
4,000?
No, I think I'm gonna go 40,000.
Okay.
No, that's too far. I'm sorry. 10,000. I'm gonna
Are
just
you
keep.
done?
I'm just gonna keep changing it.
I'm trying to do math in my head and it's not working.
Oh, I hate that.
Math's not my thing.
Math's not my thing.
Dude, I don't know, man.
Cave in a cave. That's
In a
probably like
cave?
beyond 10,000 years.
Can I give you a year instead of how old
Nope.
it is? Fuck, man. I can't do math.
How old is it? No phones.
I was trying to do math.
V, do you have an answer?
I'll do 8,000.
10, you're 8, 10,
I'm gonna say 15,000.
15,000. I was like 15 years.
Yes. 15 years ago.
All right, so we'll come back and we will tell you how old the oldest known sex toy is. Let's talk about the earliest sex shops. So you may think sex shops, they've got to be old, right? They've got to be dating back like way far. And truthfully, sex-related products have actually been sold in secret for centuries, right? People are selling or using specific things and then telling their friends about them, and then
Like fingers?
facts.
Like these are great.
These two are
Amazing.
fantastic. But there were some underground sex shops and novelty stores.
Like a sex shop speakeasy?
Actually,
Whoa.
Wait, that'd be
Patent
such
that.
a cool idea.
Oh my
Could you
God.
imagine? It's like a little, okay, sorry,
oh
thoughts.
my God.
I have so many thoughts in my brain.
You're
You
like,
go
what's
down-
the password? You're like anal beads.
It changes every week to a different sex toy.
Right.
Oh my God. No, you go down, it's a sex shop, and then you like have to have a secret code to enter the speakeasy. And
Okay.
then all of the drinks are like sex
Named
names
after sex
or like
toys,
sex
sex
musicians, like
musicians,
Naked
yeah.
and Famous, like that's a
Porn
cocktail.
star martini.
Porn
Wait,
star
that's
martini.
a porn
things
star.
like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
blowjob shot. Yeah.
Oh my God. No, you have to do a blowjob shot to enter.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, someone who's a business person, please
Patent it.
LLC, copyright.
just give us free entry for the rest of our lives. That's
Yeah.
all we ask for.
Literally.
But yeah, these were kind of speakeasies for sex shops,
That's really cool.
and they were called clandestine bookshops. So yeah,
Oh, it's
That's
like
a cute name though.
a clandestine bookshop. So yeah,
Have you ever gone into a bookstore where they have, and they don't
Okay,
have
yeah.
many
Okay,
more?
so
yeah.
building on the idea, the facade is a bookstore.
absolutely, it is.
And then it's a
Perfect.
speakeasy,
But a book
and then it's
shelf
also
opens, and
sex
behind it is a sex shop. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to pull down on something like leather and lace, and that
yes.
opens the door.
Yes.
But like what you were about to say, there were a lot of like video shops, like video, like when you would rent videos, when
Yeah.
you would rent videotapes.
I remember going to DVD shops or like DVD stores like Blockbuster,
Sure.
and then there's another one like DVD World,
Yeah.
and then there'd be like a doorway, but it would have like a black cloth.
Yep.
And you're like, I don't know if I
Triple
can...
X.
Right, exactly. But it would have, it wouldn't be like
Adults
fucking
only.
marked. And
Wait,
so-
Blockbuster had a section?
Yeah.
I don't think Blockbuster.
Maybe.
did.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of the Warehouse. The Warehouse was
Warehouse
another.
did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but Blockbuster was family friendly.
Yeah, it was very family friendly.
There was one by my house called Movies and More, and I now know what the more was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you live in Federal Way, you know where it is. It's on the corner of Pack Highway, right where the Jack in the Box is, where all the E. coli outbreaks were.
Oh my God.
Right across from where Albertsons
Strange.
used to be. And it was called Movies and More. And you would go and you would get a movie rental, and it was in an orange case, and it smelled like popcorn. They had a popcorn machine in there. And there was a back room that had like a maroon curtain, and it said
Yeah.
adults only.
Do they like cards?
Yeah,
or
that makes
something,
sense.
or-
There was just a
Adults
guy
only,
like
yeah.
standing there. So like
He's like-
obviously I would like creep over there as a kid and be like, the fuck's back there? And he's like, don't. Like you need to
Yeah.
fucking turn around. And my parents,
No.
super Christian, were like, Ashley, we're watching 5-0 Goes
You're
West.
like, the movie Lips Back in Lesbos. I want this. This is
My
fucking great.
God. They put the DVDs in the wrong cases.
What's a tea bag? Like, put that down. So yeah, I mean, we used to have also in like liquor stores, not 7-Eleven, but like liquor stores, there would be a
There would
section
be,
of
yeah.
the magazines
Same.
where there would be like black covers on all the magazines, and you could go and get like jugs for him, and like it was a boob magazine. This came from clandestine bookshops and novelty stores, and a couple of notable ones were in London circa 1892.
Wow.
The Tempest Bookshop. Such a great name. One of the first known shops that's covertly, they did not outright sell them. So they still, to this day, like would not have admitted
Wait, so
to
it's the
being
end of
them.
1800s, early 1900s.
Victorian era.
So they're selling like smut, like smut novels and like,
Probably
or
smut
were there
novels, yes.
actual magazines?
Like,
you
ooh,
think?
ankles.
Not magazines.
Yeah. No, the sad thing is that's kind of actually true.
Again, because there were no cameras, unless you looked that up.
No, there were in fact
Oh, did
cameras.
you?
Kodak started
Did you?
producing paper photos at 1850.
All right. There were no magazines
Suck it.
back then, but they sold, as you said, smut or erotic literature and early sexual aids. Operating under the radar, it catered primarily to the upper class who could discreetly seek out such materials.
Was it like expensive?
Yes.
Oh,
That makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Because the shop was going to take the hit and would have gone out of business.
Oh, I
so
see.
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I think like porn videos used to be like $40 to $50.
Porn videos. What are you talking about? When? In the
Well,
80s?
I mean,
At
when they're in like
Blockbuster?
when they're in like movies, yeah, DVDs. But I mean, we
Like
take
to
it for
get Harry
granted because
Porker.
porn is free now,
Yeah.
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 which
Well,
is crazy.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be.
But yeah,
Well,
it is.
Yeah,
Gotham Book Mart from New York City. Again, what a great
Damn.
fucking name. Was
Batman?
in business from the 20s to the 50s. So this is during Prohibition. This is during the Great Depression.
Oh my God, is that where he got Gotham from?
I don't know.
Could you imagine?
I don't know.
That'd be really cool.
While primarily a literary establishment, Gotham Book Mart was infamous for its side collection of banned erotic literature
Wow.
and risque pamphlets. It was frequented by intellectuals as well as members of early LGBTQ community seeking resources that mainstream outlet refused to offer.
Wow.
And then Libertine's Den in Paris was in 1895, operating at a time when France was on the cusp of modernizing its approach to sexual morality. This shop specialized in imported French condoms, erotic novels, and risque art, catering to both avant-garde and elite. So they really laid the groundwork for the normalization of sexual exploration. And the very first sex shop that specifically outwardly said, I am a sex shop catering to just selling sexual toys was in Germany in 1961.
Yeah, that tracks.
61. Wow.
61, yeah, which is very,
When was
very
the-
interesting.
What's the Cold War?
The which one? The Cold War?
That went from since the day
Berlin- with the
after
Berlin
World
Wall.
War II ended to basically
The 80s?
90s.
Okay.
80s,
90s.
90s, yeah.
Wow.
Long time. Do you, at your location, sell literature, like books and stuff?
No, we don't.
Dude,
There's
nobody
one-
reads anymore.
Shut up.
There's one down the way. Like there are two that are really close next to each other, and they're like our friends, but also our competitors. They sell literature.
Oh, interesting.
We don't.
Do you know
though.
why you don't?
I don't know. We're called like the PG-13 version of a sex shop
Interesting.
in comparison
wow.
to the other one that's down the street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why we don't sell anything that's
She's a little sluttier.
like, exactly. A little sluttier. They're open later, you know.
Oh, wow. All hours of the
I know.
night.
Literally.
Do they have wider doors?
Wow, for this wide
Longer
load.
Longer
Wider,
doors?
longer.
Doors?
Yeah.
Harder to open doors.
So in the 1970s, attitudes started to shift. So there was a big, huge sexual revolution in the 1920s and again in the 1960s and 70s. There was a lot of feminist and LGBTQ activists who started to open up their own spaces. So there was probably a lot more sex shops happening, especially in bigger cities like New York, Manhattan, LA, Hollywood, San Francisco, Seattle. A lot of like pop-up mom and pop shops that opened up their own retail spaces to reclaim this sexual empowerment. Eve's Garden in New York City in 1974 was the first woman-owned shop that emphasized not only sexual pleasure for women, so very much focused on the clitoris, very much focused on educating people on the clitoris. Betty Dotson was a person who used to frequent Eve's Garden, and she is someone who everyone knows as the queen of masturbation and teaching people how to harness their pussy power. Similarly, Good Vibrations in San Francisco in 1977 became a flagship for quality education, setting a new standard for customer service, but also product safety in adult retail and sales. The evolution of these sex shops from these undercover sex shop speakeasies and covert bookstores to mainstream retailers that Lovers Package, Condom Revolution, oh God, what's the one? something. Oh my God, there's another one that is on the tip of my tongue, but it's like Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
There's actually physical shops of Adam
I didn't
and Eve.
know that.
Yeah.
Just online. Mainstream retailers that was accelerated by cultural phenomenons like television shows, film, and public discourse that also demystified the idea of sexual pleasure. So one of the most popular forms of media, because we all know I love media, that really brought sex toys and sex shops to the forefront. Does anyone want to guess what the show was? You want to do a little drum roll? I want to do a little drum roll. Do a little baby. Just do it. Hello?
Oh, the L word.
Do this. Is this it? Do the drum roll. That wasn't it. I really like that you said the drum roll. What do you think it is?
Wait, what year was this? Sorry.
In 90s.
The L word?
Is it not
I was
the
gonna
L
say
word?
the L word.
That word's a really good guess. I
It
feel
is
like
a
I would
really good
second
Yeah,
that.
that's a great show.
I love that show. I was watching it yesterday.
Is that what you think?
I think L word is more of the 2000s, though. I think so. There's something.
That
Sex
like,
in the City,
that's not a bad guess. When did that show start though?
90s.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be Sex in the City.
Yeah, I'll stick with that word just to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with L word.
It is Sex in the City.
Oh,
Husband, Kevin Butler, you win one.
okay.
Actually had an entire episode on a vibrator called The Rabbit.
My roommate was watching that episode like last week. So
That is
makes sense.
iconic.
Wow.
They actually talk about the rabbit, and Charlotte stays at home for like 3 days and just masturbates for like 3 fucking days because
And that show was
real, right?
that show was huge. It was very influential too.
Very influential for not only the world of dildos, but for Cosmos as well.
And what is the other? What are the Malona? Blahnik?
Manolo Blahniks. Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Oh my God. Why do you know so much about this?
Because
Kevin?
when I saw a show on them, I guess that
You know the
that,
Kinsey spectrum?
It's like a foot.
My
like
husband
a
exists
shoe,
not
right?
in the 100% straight category.
Oh my God.
He's
yeah.
like 2 ticks down because
yeah.
A, he would absolutely have sex with Ryan Gosling. But honestly, who's not?
But
And
I
also-
remember seeing a show
Really?
that it was like shoes, right?
Yeah. What?
Was not really anything, and then that show happened, and he became like a
Fashion,
multi-
sex, New
millionaire.
York.
Yeah,
Manhattan.
Yeah.
Cosmos. The Rabbit. Right?
Yeah. I never watched it, honestly.
What?
No.
That's your homework.
I don't know. She's a little annoying.
No, she isn't.
From what
Who,
I've
which one?
heard. The main girl. What's her name?
not
Carrie Bradshaw.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
yeah.
Not in the show.
Oh.
She's real good. It's
Okay.
real good.
Interesting.
I could do without Charlotte.
I could do without Charlotte.
Yeah.
I could also do without Charlotte.
Okay.
Fair. We're going to do an entire episode on Sex and the City. So you're
Sorry,
going to
I'm a
have to watch
fucking
it.
nerd. I like Buffy.
Yes.
Totally different genres. Okay. In-person versus online shopping. So this, I feel, is probably one of the most important aspects of this conversation because our world has become so online focused. What?
I'm just gonna say something stupid, and I'm not going to.
Now
I
you
would say,
have to.
But how can you test it? But you can't test anything.
All right.
Nothing's
Tactile
testable.
and sensory experiences that come from in-person shopping.
But you kind of can test it. no?
you can feel it. So
You can like poke.
hilarious that you say this. 78% of consumers feel more confident in their purchases when they can physically examine the product.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Fair.
like if you're going to go buy like fabric or something.
Okay.
Like you need to be, I need to see, I need to put my hands
That
on
is
it.
hilarious.
You know what I mean?
We were just talking about this is so stupid. We were just talking about buying towels last night, and I was looking at towels online, and I was like, I'm not
no, I
fucking
need to-
doing this.
I
No,
need to
you
like
need it
feel
in
it.
person.
I need to go and feel the fucking towels.
Yeah,
and I'm
absolutely.
trying to not buy on Amazon right now. So I was on Macy's and I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to fucking go to Macy's because it's right down the street and I'm going to test out the towels.
Yeah,
I
and
get
also
it.
it's like it's like a step above like just like the tactile. Like this is gonna go like potentially inside of you. So
Right.
like, you need to make sure that it
Absolutely.
like feels good outside
Yeah.
on your body first too,
And
right?
looks
How
okay
often-
size wise.
How often do people try to return something that you're like, you can't return it. It's
Oh,
not returnable.
very frequently. 'Cause
Sorry, dude.
we have a return policy where it's like in 30 days if the toy is broken, not charging, bring it back to us. We'll do even exchange in store. We don't do like store credit like outside of that or
Yeah.
anything. But I have had people come into the store and be like, "Oh, I just like don't like it. Can I return
Well,
it?" And I was like,
I know.
So that means you
know.
used it.
I can't take it back.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I have bought
like it's a-
toys before, and they're like, just so you know, all sales are final.
Yeah.
No
Oh, yeah.
returns.
Yeah.
Except
If it's broken.
unless it's defective, and you can come in and we'll.
But then you guys
we'll
just
swap
you
it
throw
out.
it away.
Yeah, we have like a defect process, but it essentially gets thrown out.
Yeah.
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 And it's
'Cause you can't-
It's like a physical health, like safety
Hello.
Yeah,
issue.
like
you
biohazard.
can't have like a used wall, like
No.
a used
Yeah.
dildo.
Yeah.
No,
wall.
Right.
absolutely not.
these are on sale.
Clearance.
65% of shoppers reported that in-person guidance from the knowledgeable staff influenced their buying decision. Customers enjoy the opportunity to ask detailed questions and to see firsthand if the quality of materials will contribute to their satisfaction and their safety.
A fun thing about that, which is why I would always prefer going to privately boutique owned sex shops, because when it goes corporate, yes, we're giving you the information that you need to have safe sex and to like,
Right.
get something that's good for you. The other half of the time it's all metrics, which pisses me
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
so much. Like every month we have a specific like brands that we're supposed to be promoting more, whether or not it's shit, like we're supposed to be promoting that, and we'll
Right.
get in trouble if we're not, because we have certain like specs that we need to meet, like metrics we need to sell certain brands each month. And that's the part about corporate sex shops that piss me off the most. So if there's a boutique that's near you that's privately owned, like go to that one over any of the corporate ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a really good tip.
yeah,
very good.
absolutely. And it's like
Just
again,
the tip.
I'm not a person who cares much about corporate. Like
Yeah.
this is a side gig for me. So if somebody's coming in and is like trying to buy like a specific toy, like I'll give them the real deal. Like I'll be like, this is what you want. This
Yeah.
is like what they're gonna try to sell you, and I'll be straight up. But like
Hell
other people
yeah.
who like this is their only job, like they're
Yeah.
relying so much more on the corporate metrics to keep their shit up, because
Right.
it's also scheduling based on who's getting the best metrics. If you're not selling good enough, you're not gonna get scheduled for a Friday night, Saturday night shift. Like
Ugh.
so I tend to be at the bottom of the barrel in terms of like my stats, because that's like I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I'm not selling to make money. I'm
Right.
selling to help this person
Exactly.
have the best orgasm of their life.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Customer loyalty is also a big deal with in-person sex shops. Retailers report that customers who visit stores in person are 30% more likely to become repeat buyers. You got repeat people?
Oh, absolutely. We have our regulars that come in like once a week, once every other week, like once a month, like
Yeah.
very specific faces.
What are they
that we all
buying?
know.
Just
Um,
browsing.
Ask that.
Yeah, well,
Just
a lot of
browsing.
them. Well, we have like clients that will come in who like do work in the industry that are like always buying up like a boatload of lube, like these specific type of vibrators.
Like OF girls and porn
Yeah,
stars and
like
stuff
cam
that.
girls and stuff like that. Like pole dancers will come in for our lingerie and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
that
for
makes
sure,
But
for sure.
most of our repeat buyers are going to be just like men coming in for supplements and condom users too.
Interesting.
Like we have
Interesting.
one, which I guess makes sense, but we have like one regular who always comes in and buys like 15 boxes of the same condom like every 2 weeks.
Wow.
What
like,
brand?
Camino. I don't actually. I haven't looked at it.
Interesting.
Well enough. Starts with the K. It has a red
all
box.
Oh, kimono?
Yes, those ones.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've heard good things actually
Yeah.
about that brand. What do you think's the number one lube that people buy?
It really depends. Like whatever's cheapest half the time. But my personal favorite.
And I mean, you guys have like most places have like I feel like you have like 50 different.
We do. We have so many lubes. So that's why it's like hard to pinpoint like what one people are gravitating
yeah.
towards more. Like people have their favorites that they
Do
stick
you guys
to.
there sell Astroglide? Because I've gone to some sex shops and they're like, we will not sell that.
We don't have Astroglide, I don't think.
Yeah, because they're like, it's not. I mean, I've gone into local sex shops and they're like, that's bad. It's got chemicals. You don't want it on your skin. You don't want it inside of your
Partner.
wife or your partner. But I also think that it's kind of like a metric thing, like where they're like,
It's also
we
really
don't sell that.
Yeah.
We'd rather sell these like I don't
high
know,
priced.
yeah, different name brands that maybe do have things that are not as bad for your
Yeah.
body, I guess.
No matter what time of year it is, no matter what our metrics are, I'm always promoting our girl Jessica Drake.
Yeah.
Like, Wicked.
Yeah.
Like that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Shout out to Wicked. We
Yeah.
love Jessica Drake and all of her products.
And she, yeah, we got some good stuff.
We do have some good stuff from her. Rise of online shopping has been insane. So besides these beautiful benefits that come with physical stores, online shopping has dramatically changed the landscape of our adult retail shops, with approximately 70% of sex toy purchases made online.
The first sex toy I ever bought was online.
Same.
That's crazy.
Because
It's
it was
so
easier.
easy, too.
It was easier to do. It was more
Because usually
accessible.
what happens, you start looking at something and you're like,
And I
at
got
least
a
for her,
coupon.
I'm like, click.
Yeah.
I'm like, I will buy you something, and then something that shows up, and then you're like,
Yeah.
hey.
The second one I got, the one I actually use, I got at a conference.
Yeah.
And I got that shit 50% off. It was still expensive.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
the best one I've ever had. And
Yeah.
I've had it for like years. So
Yeah.
it's
You get what you pay for.
right, exactly. The first one I got, I bought it online. It was dirt cheap.
Yeah.
I washed it one time and it broke. Like the batteries got all wet and it didn't ever work again.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
So,
Yeah, you're like, let's step up
Am
and
I,
get
am I
something.
going to shock myself
What am I
today?
gonna
or-
during COVID-19, online sales surged, an increase of 250%
Whoa.
in online
Wow.
sex and adult retail sales. And people would turn to digital channels for all of their needs. I would recommend, if you are going to buy online, that you buy direct from the brand.
Manufacturer? Oh,
100%.
We love Lilo.
Yes.
We love Lioness.
Oh, yes. Lioness.
Love Lioness. We had an episode with Lioness that unfortunately the audio was terrible and we can't release it unless you send me an email and beg me, and I might.
It's a really good episode.
Really
We'll
good
have to do
episode.
it again because it was a good one.
It was really good. But we love Lioness. We love Lilo. We love Jessica Drake's Wicked products. We love Fleshlight. And I would absolutely recommend that you go direct to the manufacturer and not go through a platform like Amazon, because a lot of the products that you get on there can be just resold. If the
Some of them are fakes too.
Some of them are
Totally.
fakes. Some
Yeah.
of them get resold even if they're used. Some of them are not the right brand. So just make sure you're buying from a reputable source. And remember that it is really important to go and be face-to-face and learn about things. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the myths and misconceptions of sex stores. We are going to talk about some really funny stories from sex stores, and then we're going to play a game.
Woo!
Join
Love
us on the other side.
It's taking you ages. You still don't get the hint. I'm not asking for pages, but one text or two would be nice. And please don't pull those phases. When I'm out working my ass off all day, it's just one bottle of wine or two. But hey, you can't even talk. You smoke weed just to help you sleep. Then why you out getting stoned at 4 o'clock? And then you come home to me and don't say hello. 'Cause I got high again and forgot to fold my clothes. 'Cause I'm too messy and then I'm too fucking clean. You told me get a job and you asked where the hell I've been. And I'm too perfect till I open my big mouth. I want to be me. Is that not allowed? And I'm too clever and then I'm too fucking dumb. You hate it when I cry unless it's that time.
Is your bedroom getting boring? Does your sex life feel stale? Or are you just looking for a fun date night activity? Aria has got you covered. Aria's carefully cultivated Choose Your Own Adventure box is like no subscription service you have ever encountered. You and your partner fill out a sexy questionnaire to help the intimacy experts tailor your boxes to your comfortability, range of sexual likes and dislikes, and create specialized scenes for both of you to enjoy. Each box is hand curated with high quality items to enhance your sexy scene and includes Spotify playlists, provides ideas for starting the scene, and encourages you to have boundaries, safe words, and aftercare. And throughout the process, your personal concierge will text you, email you, and get you excited for your sexy night in. Whether you're looking to increase your kink or just become closer to your partner, Aria has a scene for you. Visit aria.fyi.com and use our code WYP15 at checkout for 15% off your first 3 months and try on a new side of your sensual self. That's WYP15. Aria, your playful mentor for all things sexy.
I only do this party for you. Only do this party for you, for you, for you. I was hoping you would come through. I was hoping you would come through. It's true, it's true. Only do this party for you. I only do this party for you, for you, for you. I'm about to party on you. Watch me party on you, yeah. 1,000 pink balloons, DJ with your favorite tunes. Birthday cake in August, but you were born 19th of June. Champagne pouring in your mouth. Caught your friends from out of town. Got the party bag with the purple bills, and I'm waiting for you by the window, yeah. Called your digits, but the phone can't ring it. Wish I knew what you were thinking. Nah, 1,000 pink balloons, dancing on to your favorite tunes. Hope you walk in the party, cause I'll do the party just for you, like, whoa. I only do this party for you. Only do this party for you, for you, for you. I was hoping you would come through. I was hoping you would come through. It's true, it's true. Only do this party for you.
Welcome back, fellow humans. We are talking about sex shops. I do a project in my human sexuality class, and I call it Outside Your Bubble. And I thought of this all by myself, but I did not, apparently.
Just take credit. Just take credit for it. Do it.
But Justin Lee Miller did it, and I didn't realize that until I talked to him after the fact. Justin, unofficial sponsor, Justin Lee Miller.
I'm obsessed with him.
That was a wrong
I'm
soundbite.
also obsessed with him, and he's a dear, sweet friend. But I do this thing called Outside Your Bubble, and I ask students. And it's really interesting, actually. Every semester is a different level of willingness.
Interesting.
Last semester,
Like usually the whole class is all in or they're not.
no, it's like I have a group of people who are all sexually experienced, and so they all
okay.
go ham.
Okay.
Last semester,
Love
I
that.
had someone dilate their asshole.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
Wait,
Yeah.
whoa. That's crazy. Are you serious?
Yeah, it was pretty
like
crazy.
with
Wow.
like anal beads.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Oh, we sell those.
Yeah.
it's like a 4-pack.
Oh my God. At the last
I don't know. It's
at the last
six-pack. I don't know.
conference I went to, I won a little why can't I think of it? Like a vibrator for your anus.
Oh yeah.
Did you
It's
ever
like
use it?
Oh, butt plug. That's the
plug,
word I was
yeah.
thinking of. But it's like a starter size, so it's really
Yeah.
skinny.
Yeah, and
I have not
I've
used it yet.
I've also had semesters where students have been very
scared.
analytical.
Go
I
home.
had
Homework.
I had a student who masturbated before he worked out.
Yes.
And actually
The data
the data was insane.
is insane.
He tracked his workouts for 30 days prior to masturbating every day. And then he would masturbate before he worked out. And he actually increased his reps and his weights and his muscle mass.
like by a significant amount.
amount.
Yeah.
And then I also had a girl masturbate before she went to
see this
bed.
data.
Yeah.
I'll show you. I had a student who masturbated before she went to bed for 30 days and then didn't masturbate for 30 days, and her sleep was significantly, and she had the ring. She had the ring that measured her sleep. And she said that her sleep was better when she masturbated.
It would
So-
be such a
That
interesting
tracks.
like experiment to
Wait.
do that in a larger scale.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Am I the only one? Like sometimes when I stress out, I can't sleep. I'm like, I'm gonna go rub one out.
The
And I
amount of
usually will
times-
go
Yeah.
fall asleep like 3 out of 4 times. I'm like out.
I'm so sorry to have to say this to you right here in
Mm.
this moment, but the amount of times that I have woken up in the middle of the night and you are next to me snoring softly and beautifully like the precious, precious tiny little bear that you are, and I'm laying there going, I can't, not because of you, but because of the hamster that lives in my head named Mortimer,
Yeah,
who
that's
won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
We fucking hate him.
Yeah.
I'll literally lay there and rub one out with you laying right next to me.
Shut the
And-
fuck up.
Oh, yeah. All the
20
him a
years
little
and I
bit.
did not know that.
all the time.
Put your hand on him a little bit. It's like we're doing it together.
That's okay. I have masturbated when
just
you
touch his
have,
ass.
yeah, right.
You're like just a little, oops, cup it a little bit.
Right back to sleep. Right back to sleep. And
I'm like, tap me in,
And
bro.
why is
I'm right
that,
here.
Professor Ashley,
what?
why is that?
because we
of-
release oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine, the three wise men of our wonderful hormones. I love them so fucking much. But this semester, I have a lot of people who are very green, novice, like, and I have that sometimes where I get a lot of people who are like, I don't know what to do because I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything.
It's
I have
intimidating a little bit.
I have somebody buying.
Remember when you left home?
Yes, I have a 45-year-old person buying lingerie for the first time. That's what this person is doing to go outside their bubble. I have someone in their 30s going to a sex store for the very first time.
Tell them to come visit
That's
me.
what they're
Yeah.
doing. Like, I have a lot of brand new babies into the world of human sexuality in this class.
That's awesome.
And it's really cool because it doesn't matter what they do to exit their bubble. I just want them to experience like something in the world of human sexuality and pleasure that's going to make them feel better. And I think sex shops, and this is something I took strip clubs and drag shows out of my suggestions because those tend to just come to people's mind all the time. Like, oh, I'm going to go to a strip club. I'm going to go to a drag show. And it's like, okay, you can do that, but don't take the low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Like, do something better.
Yeah.
Be better.
Because we do love a strip club.
I mean, we do. Friday nights we go to the library. So
Yeah, we do.
Just saying.
unofficial sponsor.
Dude, I see that. I
library.
see an ad for it literally
time we go to work.
every time I drive to work. It is on the freeway.
Love
I'm
it.
like,
Have you been to the
I should go
library?
there.
No, I haven't. We should go.
Should we go there tonight instead?
Wait, it's Friday. It's also Pi Day. Happy Pi Day.
Happy Pi Day, everybody.
Wait,
From the
but I
past.
think this should be a thing, we should go to. Never mind.
Okay, hold on.
I'll let
We'll talk
everybody.
about
I'll
this
let
later.
everybody
Anyway.
figure that out later.
Reconvene. But I feel like people going to a sex shop is really a great way to introduce them to human sexuality.
Absolutely.
And I
It's a
feel
good
like we
kinda
should
like shallow end.
It is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
dispelling some misconceptions. Please help me with this.
Okay.
Misconceptions. Sex shops are seedy, dirty, and unregulated.
False.
How so?
That we keep our store pretty clean as much as we can, and we also are very intentional about the products that we're buying. Like our upper management that like actually goes and buys the product.
Yeah.
Also, especially in terms of like supplements and things, we'll only ever buy like regulated shit. Like not anything that you can buy at like the gas station, especially for supplements, because like you can
Horny goat.
Well,
No,
it's
yeah.
it's a normal retail store, right?
Yeah.
Like
It is.
everything is above board.
Absolutely.
Right?
Everything's above board, and it's just like very.
Are you guys held to like any sort of health standards, like safety standards?
We have safety standards. What those are, I am not too sure actually, but we do have a little certificate that sits
Yes.
in our window about
Okay,
our safety
fantastic.
code
Okay.
and our like level of stores.
Yeah.
Also,
Truth be told, your upper management is the one that deals with that
yeah,
shit.
right.
Yeah.
As someone who managed a retail store,
Yeah.
none of your associates ever knew
I don't know what's going on.
No.
what was going on.
I
as
show
far
up,
as,
I
like,
sell dildos, I go home. You know,
Yeah.
like that's my.
Don't slip on the
We love
dildo.
her.
We actually have a dildo that's on a mannequin that is next to a really tight corner. Every time I try to go into the break room, I almost run into the pink dildo,
I
and
just
that's
run into it just
yeah.
on purpose. High five it as
yeah,
you walk by.
I do.
How
For
dare you.
instance, a customer survey at Lovers Package in Seattle found that over 85% of patrons rated their in-store experience as professional and welcoming.
Yeah.
So it is not this seedy, dark place where there are men masturbating in the corner
God.
and no one's trying things. No one's using
No, it's
stuff.
like literally not allowed.
No,
Yeah,
there's
we've
not-
had people that have come in that have tried to masturbate in the store.
what?
But yeah, like we have a nice little binder that has a bunch of like faces that we have to of people who have come in and stolen from us multiple times, like public
Yeah.
masturbation, asked to use our dressing room and
Yeah.
like rub one out on
Just
the
so you
floor.
know,
but
I
that's
had
not
a
the norm.
guy
Oh my God.
at Dick's Sporting Goods. I've told you this before. So I mean,
Dicks.
if shit
Sporting
like
goods?
that,
Dicks.
if guys almost masturbate in front of you in like a Dick's Sporting Goods, it's gonna happen at
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the problem
Creeps are gonna
is
creep,
always
man.
creeps are gonna be creeps.
Sorry, like that
Yeah.
is the general like
Yeah.
issue is just creepy old men that come into the store. Like
Have you ever caught someone?
We've caught a couple people for stealing. I mean, I was robbed when I was on the floor once. That somebody came in, like stole like 5 packages off of our front display table and then walked out. And I was on the floor by myself because my coworker was on their break. So it's like stuff like that happens, but it's definitely not the norm to a point where I think people should have that perception of sex shops. Like it's not the shop itself; it's just the random customers. That
but also Kevin had people come in and steal from him at Dick's Sporting Goods, and he just had to stand there and watch them leave.
No, it's the same thing. It's
my
retail.
sister works at a consignment store in Bellevue, and she just tried to stop someone from stealing the other day and got shoved into the doorway.
That happened to me too.
When I worked in retail, part of the training was you're not allowed to go chase.
Don't chase.
We don't chase.
No
Try to
chasing.
steal. Yeah.
Don't chase the dildo.
Yeah.
Don't chase or chase with a dildo.
No.
Yeah.
No, not allowed.
Not allowed.
Misconception.
Jousting?
Sex shops promote promiscuity.
No.
God.
Like we go so far for discreet, like both in-store verbiage. Like if somebody is like a little bit more timid about the topic, like we will tailor our language to talk to them about like certain things instead of, penis, vagina, like we'll be like external pleasure, internal pleasure, partner play, like just very broad terms. And we have like discrete boxes that we give out, discrete like bags that we give out. Like people can be as open about
Don't you have a story about a box about how somebody bought something? Oh, my brain is failing me. Somebody bought like a sex doll or like a butt or something, and like the box, like they left the box behind.
Oh, when they steal?
No, you had a person. Oh God. Oh my God, it was such a good story. Okay, if you think about it, tell me. But studies indicate that couples and individuals who use products from sex shops report higher satisfaction. A 2022 survey revealed that nearly 60% of users believe introducing new elements into their sexual routine improves communication and intimacy with their partners. And our lovely friends at Aria have a wonderful state of the relationship report, and they report novelty as the number one way to introduce excitement into a relationship. And the best way to introduce novelty is to go into a sex shop together and point at the wall and say, let's try this. Do you have couples that come into the store?
Oh, yes. Like I would say our average browsing rate from couples, especially coming in, is like 45 minutes in the store. And they'll they will stay in there for a while. Like our stores aren't super popular because also sex shops are a dying breed right now, which sucks. So go support your local sex shop.
Please.
But it's just like anything retail.
Yeah, anything retail. It's all transferring. But people like couples will come in and they'll like stop and they'll look at every single wall, every single like pinwheel display that we have, and they'll like point out, because there's also so much that a lot of people who, especially if they've never been in a sex shop before, they didn't know existed. Like new
I was just thinking about
like you go to like the BDSM wall, you're
air
like,
pulse?
what is that?
What?
Like the clit sucker?
Yeah, like we have like suction technology, air pulse technology, like stimulate, like oils that you can use to stimulate like clitoral areas.
Oh yeah,
like prostate. Like there's just so much stuff that people who don't think about this stuff like will be exposed to just by walking in. And it's like you don't know until you try it. You don't know until you feel the toy. You can like imagine what,
or you see it,
exactly. Like,
how are you gonna go search the internet for sex toys? Like you need to, like, that's so broad. Like, going in and being like, okay, there is a toy that is going to vibrate for my dick and her clit at the same time. Like, that's incredible. Like, we both get pleasure.
Right.
By the way, the Screaming O is my favorite sex toy. I buy the Screaming O.
That's a cock ring, right?
In bulk. It sure the fuck is. And it is incredible. And I buy them in bulk because they are like $7.95 and I give them out as prizes. I love them.
They're great.
So fucking much because it's great for both.
Very versatile.
It's very versatile. You just use it by your fucking self. Products sold at sex shops are unsafe or low quality. Bust that myth.
Oh my gosh, no. Like, we only sell the highest quality stuff at our store. Like, and that's why sex toys at sex shops are so fucking expensive. Like, we always tell our customers, like, you can go to like a major, like, I don't know, like Target, and you can buy like a $20 shitty like bullet vibrator. But at the end of the day, you're paying for the quality of silicone that's being used. You're paying for the motor that's being used. So you want to invest in your pleasure and buy a higher quality toy because it's going to be made better.
Let's all agree right here. going cheap on sex toys.
Oh, it's terrible.
Not a good
Fucking
idea.
throw it in the
Terrible
trash.
idea.
Not a good
Especially
idea.
if
Spend
it's
a
like,
little extra
right.
for the top of the line,
Yep.
and
If
you
it's
will
something that's
be
going-
rewarded.
If it's something that's going inside of you or inside of your
Yeah.
partner,
Yes.
like, you should care about it a little bit,
Yeah.
right?
When I was 23 years old and Kevin took me to Condom Revolution and got me what I call the captain. He is a pink rabbit style vibrator. I still have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I still have that bitch.
It's still fully
and
functional.
it is functional and it is
and it spins and vibrates, and
twists.
Does
it
flips
does
or
all the good
shit.
shit. Yeah.
inside.
All the fun stuff.
all the things. And
Somersaults.
Yeah.
It does
Yeah.
do somersaults. Yeah. How
You're
did you
paying
know?
for a good brand too. Like
Yeah.
Satisfier,
Jackhammers.
like has a 15-year warranty on the product.
Wow.
So it's like if you're gonna spend a couple extra dollars,
Right. It's
Yeah.
like you can go to CVS. They sell like lube and massagers there.
Massagers.
But it's like, that's going to last you the
Yeah, look at-
duration
I mean, I
of your
guess you could
flight.
just-
And that's about
Exactly.
You can also just turn your phone on vibrate and just put it on the
Right.
clip.
But
that.
you know, on that same note, people that are trying to get introduced into certain things, it's okay to buy something that's a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Because probably what will happen is you'll be like, I really like that, so I'm going to step up.
exactly what happened to me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, that is what I want
Yeah.
in that genre, but I want it to be like
Better.
deluxe.
Right. No, the first one I bought, I was like, that's great. I wish it didn't break as soon as I tried to clean
Yeah,
it.
and then you know what you want. too,
Yeah.
at that
Yeah.
point.
And then you know what you want. Misconception: sex shops are only for porn stars.
No, everybody
Wow.
has sex, guys.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's just
It's
a
like everybody
crazy-
poops, everybody fucks. you
Yeah,
know?
everybody fucks. Like everybody will have some sort of need.
Everybody poops. Everybody fucks.
Yeah, put on a shirt.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but everybody wants to invest in their pleasure. I mean,
Yeah.
again, that's a broad statement,
Yeah.
but like most
No,
people,
actually, there is data from consumer research that has come out recently that has showed that ages 45 to 65 are the fastest growing segment in sex toy retail.
that makes sense.
These customers are seeking to reinnovate and rejuvenate their intimacy. Do you have a lot of people?
Oh,
like
yeah.
my age.
Yeah, I
That's a
would
hurtful
say-
thing to say.
I would say like our
you.
customers that I have seen range from like 18 years old to like 80.
What's the most common age? What would you say the median is?
Honestly, probably like 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a millennial to X.
Yeah,
Gen X.
X millennial, and then some Z's in there.
yeah. There's a wide variety.
Misconception. This one's big.
Okay.
And I would love for you to discuss how it is untrue because I don't believe this to be true. I have never had this experience ever. And I have been I have a loyalty card at Lovers. So employees are unprofessional and judgmental.
Oh, like no. At least not at my location.
Not at any location,
No,
any
I
sex
don't-
store, Condom Revolution. I've been to Lovers. I've been to Condom Revolution. I've been
I've
to
always
the San
had
Diego
really,
one that we
really
talked about.
It's just
good staff.
hard to be in that position as granted, we are retail employees, but we are giving you like Louis Vuitton 101 service.
Right.
Like for
Right.
for sex toys.
It is. I've never felt pressured when I walk into a sex store. It is, hey, how are you? Let me know if you have any questions, and I'm left the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like working in a sex store is completely different than like regular retail.
Right? Can I help
It's-
you find anything?
Well, because also like the knowledge that you're, I'm sure, required to have
Yeah.
or that you're trained on is way more in depth than anything that I would be getting about like fucking fabrics or something at the
Right.
store.
Right.
Unless it's Louis Vuitton. Like
Yeah.
then sure, of course I'm gonna know
Yeah.
all of the shit that the clothes is made out of. But it's like this is a way more in depth experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's like we're required to know it not just for our own like personal knowledge pursuits, but
Right.
like just like knowing the types of silicones that are in specific
Yes.
lubes, like because people have allergic reactions to things.
Yeah.
If somebody is more prone to like UTIs, like knowing what lube to recommend them or like what toys to stay away from, like all that type of stuff people don't necessarily think of,
Yeah.
especially when you're dealing with people who have like, I don't know, chronic infections or like
Sure.
prostate cancer, like that type of stuff will come up frequently in these conversations. So that's why
Yeah.
it's so important to be, as an employee, not judgmental, open about literally anything,
Yeah.
because everybody and anybody can come into our store. You're just
And
like, oh, you're
everybody
gonna be met
starts
I
at
know.
some point,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Can you recall any stories you have of like either, and I would love to hear all of them if you have them, but someone you helped for the first time, like explore your store, or a really great encounter that you had with somebody, or a really hilarious encounter that you had with somebody.
Ooh, I mean, I have stories for all of those categories.
I'm so excited. Okay, give me.
I think my favorite is like when I had a 60-year-old woman come into the store and she was just like so in awe, like so nervous and so shy about all the technology that was around. And throughout, she was in the store for about like 30 minutes. And the entire time I kind of walked her through the entire floor, like gave her a scope of everything that we had to offer. And I saw how comfortable she got with me. And then immediately another customer came in, and as soon as somebody else walked in, she like clammed up. And like seeing that like openness and trust with a client like that was just like really heartwarming and made me wish that we can have like even more sexual like health expansive like teachings, because people need to be talking about this and not feel weird about it. But that was probably like the most heartwarming thing. I've had
Did she buy anything?
Yeah, she got like a whole starter kit, like toy lube, toy cleaner, like everything.
Oh, so excited.
Yeah, building our basket. But yeah, so that was probably like most heartwarming story. Then we also get like weird stories too of like people coming in and like pushing things on their partner, which is not awesome.
No.
Like there was this one couple that came in and they were looking at supplements, and the like male identifying partner was kind of forcing his girlfriend to like buy supplements and to take more, and then she was very timid about it, and we stepped in as sales associates and were like, you don't take what you like don't want to take. And so like that aspect is also
that's interesting.
Something that you just don't think about,
being an advocate almost without even like
Right.
Yeah.
Like intervening in a way.
Yeah, like I'm not going to sell you these if you don't want them.
Right, exactly. And like putting our foot down for those types of things. We also have like full ability to kick anybody out of our store at any time, which is great.
Yeah.
But we have a couple of like really funny like regulars that will also come in. One of my favorites, her name is DJ Nonstick Pan.
That's such a good
DJ
name.
Nonstick Pan.
She is a character. I have no idea where that name came from and anything. It's not
That's
her real
how she
name,
introduces
but
herself?
she's like, like that's my name. And she will come into the stores, take like an hour of our time, and come in each time as if she's never been in the store before. She's a regular.
Wow.
And
Okay, give me a tour.
no, literally. And she's blind, and then she like leans on our staff for, you know, like physical support a lot of the time too, which is like just an interesting barrier that you know, we just met you for the first time.
Right.
And her husband will sit in the car, and she's like, apparently the husband doesn't want to like come into the store when she's out and about. But then every single time without fail, she'll get up to the register and she'll be about to pay, and then she'll like have like a fainting episode. And it's to a point where it's like, I was an actor. I can very much tell that she does it to like be like touched by our staff to like help support her, get her to a chair. Like this happens every single time. And like, granted, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm not going to pass judgment, but like, because this happens, she's been in the store like 6 or 7 times in the time that I've worked there.
Right.
And this is a consistent thing.
Right.
So it's just like a very interesting ploy to watch out. And then her husband will come in and be like, honey, you're not supposed to be out right now, like let's get you in bed. And
interesting. I wonder if it's like
wild.
a fantasy that
I don't know,
like,
it could be
out,
it could be, but like that's a very interesting thing that happens. Like a fantasy would honestly make a lot of sense.
like, honey, come on, let's get you home.
You're sick, why are you out? You need to be back in bed.
Let's get you back to
Like
bed.
that happens without fail.
Wow.
So that's just an interesting regular that comes by.
DJ Nonstick Pan.
Yeah, I tried like looking it up and nothing came up, so I don't think she's like findable from that. So
Do you have people that ever like or would you say out of the customers that you have, do you feel like most people are buying things or most people are coming to come like look at stuff?
I would say it's like 60 to 70% with like people coming in for a day, like out of a whole shift. 60 to 70% people are actually buying something. A lot of people just come browse, like they have a little break before work and going to dinner and
You're like, let's go to the sex store,
just like browse.
So
So that's probably where we stand. But yeah, we also had this other guy come in 2 weeks ago that had like the worst BO that I have ever smelled in my entire
It's
life.
like Africa.
It, like I heard, I don't know like exactly what, like pheromone mining or like something that like men do to like not
That's a
shower at
thing?
all, and like they try to attract
All right.
like
We can have a
women.
whole ass episode, which you should write down, by the way.
Writing
about
it now.
pheromones. It's
Yeah.
not the same as BO.
Yeah, no, but it was like BO that lingered
the
in the
same.
store, and there was a point in the time where he like had to call his mom to transfer money into his account. I was like, "Mom, I'm at the store. They're closing in 20 minutes. Like, I'm just like a couple dollars short. Can you like transfer some
That
money
is
into my
wild.
account?" Literally, like in the sex shop trying to buy a stroker, and I was like, "Please,
mommy.
like, please
money.
leave." He was like probably the worst customer interaction I've had because he just like also wouldn't leave and was so indecisive and spent like an hour in the store, and I could not breathe. Like it was rancid.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we get a whole range of people.
Do you ever get people come in and like are mean to you? Like you shouldn't be selling this, or like come in and protest you?
No, we haven't had any of that. We do have a rampant issue of the teenage kids that live in the area that will come and like harass the front of the store because they're not allowed in. Like
Right.
you have to be 18 to come into the store, but they will open up our front door and they go to the Wendy's that's down the street. They get Frosties. They will open up our door, scream profanities and words that they should not be saying, throw Frosties into our store,
What
get
is
it
this,
all
Glee?
over our, I know, literally, like throw Frosties into our store and then
Wow.
run away and leave. And like that is
Yeah, that
our
would have been
most.
me when I was a
We
kid.
frosted the sex shop.
yeah, I was like,
I would've
literally,
done-
that's the most
I
rampant
would've
problem that we have with protesters.
That's so
bitch.
interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
God.
Yeah.
That's so ridiculous. What
I
is
know.
wrong with people?
I know. And it's like something to do, I suppose.
Get frosted, bitch.
These nuts. Okay. we're
She's
gonna
all, actually, there is a kink called getting frosted.
Would you say that you get more bachelorette party buyers or
Oh, there's probably a whole
kinky
section, huh?
BDSM buyers?
Recent, it's seasons. So
Oh.
It's season?
yeah,
What's
I've
Bachelorette
definitely
season?
right now.
Oh, I
like,
love
there's
that.
been a lot more
March,
people coming.
interesting.
March, April, May, because June is wedding season.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's been a lot more bridal parties that have been coming in looking for like the gag gifts.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
The
the,
penis
dildo straws.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bouquet of dicks, you know, all the fun things.
Pin the
I
penis
got
on
you.
the-
Yeah.
When we went to a conference, V and I went to a conference, and we went to a sex shop.
Yeah.
And I remember I got like some like lollipop
sex candies.
dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it
no.
was like a little bouquet. And
Yeah, that's
I was
exactly
like,
what we
that's
have.
adorable. I have
Same
to
thing.
get that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wait, you guys, do you sell like videos at your store?
No,
too?
no videos.
Okay.
They,
Really?
Yeah, no videos at ours. Like I said, we're like the PG-13.
That's really
sex
interesting.
shop.
The
Oh,
sex shop
interesting.
over here
There's
sells.
two right next door to one another.
Well, there are actually. That's not. You're not wrong. But
There's literally one shop between them.
both
and
of
then
them
there's-
sell porn. Both of them
Yeah.
sell videos in the back room, in the very, very back.
Yeah, no, you're right. They
you
do
look-
That's
actually.
interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder like why
What the
what the cutoff is. Like
I wonder
why,
if it's like
yeah.
we sell beer and wine.
right,
Yeah,
right,
right.
but we don't sell hard.
And they're like, we will not sell hard alcohol.
Yeah. Interesting.
That
Like
is
you need a
way
different
beyond.
license for
we,
that
we
shit.
sell soju or rice
Yeah.
based.
It's just funny because you're like, why would you not sell porn if you sell an 18-inch
dildo.
dildo?
right,
Yeah,
That
right.
you're like,
Interesting.
Yeah,
yeah,
I know.
interesting.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Do
I
you get
don't
any
know.
perks?
50% off.
Oh, that's
which
great.
is
But do you
great.
get any like samples?
Oh yeah, we do. We have trainings once a month
Samps.
at our like Southern California home store.
Ooh.
And we'll have vendors that come in and give us free product. So I got free
that's so cute.
toys from Womanizer. I know.
Nice.
Next
Oh
one.
my God.
I missed. We had a magic wand one recently that I missed. I know.
Hitachi?
No, we just got like the original magic wand.
Yes.
Dude, that's
yeah.
really
The
good.
Hitachi. So, by the way, the original magic wand. If nobody knows what this is, it's amazing. It's on Sex and the City too, but it's this white and blue. It has a round knob.
It looks like a microphone.
It
looks like a
does. It
microphone.
really
Yeah.
does.
It's a personal massager.
There's so many good
is what
memes
it's-
of that.
It's,
Oh my
it's
God.
what it's labeled as for a back massager, and it's a vibrator. Get the fuck out of here! And they used
Yeah.
to sell it at
She's
Sharper.
dual purpose.
Yeah.
Credit.
Credit.
She's cool. Also, because in Sex
a
and the City,
chameleon.
Samantha has it in her purse, and she's watching.
Isn't it kind of like big?
It is.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh yeah, no,
had
it's like this.
She was watching.
Forearm length.
or no, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miranda's, she was watching
Yeah.
Miranda's baby, and the vibrating chair broke, so she just put the magic wand through the chair
really
with the
good.
baby.
Yeah.
So she is dual purpose. But I love a magic wand. I
Yeah,
love a
magic
head
wand's
touch.
great.
Yeah, they're great. You want to vibrate your clit? Magic wand. Get it.
Literally.
What's the most expensive thing you have in your store?
Ooh, probably well, we sell poles.
Oh, I love that.
$20.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you want a poll
Shout
for
out
half
to Erin.
off,
Go listen to Erin's
can get you.
episode.
I might need to get in on
Yeah.
that deal.
You should.
a little tension rod pole. Yeah.
Yes.
Half off.
That's really cool.
But yeah, poles, and then also the like massive silicone like torso sell, like the Riley
Whoa.
Reid
Okay.
like torso.
Oh, damn.
A torso?
There's
yeah.
a Riley Reid torso.
So
Oh,
you can fuck.
yes.
You can fuck them.
But
Yeah.
it's just a torso.
Wait, you guys
Yeah.
know who Riley Reid
It's
is?
just their boobs.
Of
Well,
course.
it's
She's like
it's
one of the
whole
biggest
torso.
porn stars.
Oh, with their crotch.
With your crotch. Yeah.
With a pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Like both
titties, right? Like
Yeah.
Both holes.
titties.
Yeah.
Both and a
Wait,
head?
I wonder.
No,
if
not
they-
head, just
Oh.
like torso
I
and like
wonder
butt
if they do
also.
like a. Are they? That'd be such an interesting like process to sit through to get molded.
No, I
for a
know.
torso
I-
like
Yeah.
that.
I feel
Yeah.
like Jessica Drake
Yeah.
has done a video or something about that
I'm
process.
sure.
I haven't looked into that, but
She may have, actually.
I think she has.
Yeah.
I should watch that. But
That'd be good for another episode.
She's like, I'm getting
love
my
it.
butthole molded today.
the reason it's so
Check out
expensive
my
is
Instagram.
because of the silicone, like the
Yeah.
amount of silicone that's being used. Like those go for like over 200, 300. I think.
Wow.
That's
okay.
it?
I,
was
yeah.
thinking
Well, and now they have
No,
full
yeah.
sex dolls.
Oh, yeah.
like
yeah.
full sex
You don't
dolls.
You guys have
Sex
we don't
blow
sell-
up dolls?
No, we don't. No blow up dolls. No nothing. But that, and then also,
But they're not blow up anymore. They're full
No, they're
silicone.
full.
They're
Oh
heavy.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, we also sell like Liberator brand like furniture, like not a ton, but like
Oh, so it's like
okay,
the
like a sex
wedges
slave.
and
yeah,
like
like the wedges,
okay, yeah.
like the toy holders, like the
What's
wand
the
holders.
shit? What's the one? It's like a horse, like a
Okay, well we
thing
don't.
that
We're,
you sit on.
that's a different. That's a, we don't. no, I'm just kidding. I'm
not
kidding.
like an actual horse, not bestiality.
That is not legal in
what's it called?
any
I know
of
what
the
you're
No,
American
I know what you're
states.
talking
I know
about.
what you're
It's
talking
like a bench.
Yeah, it's like a
situation.
bench. That's a better
It's
word.
called-
Yeah.
It's not a vault. It's like a.
shit.
It's not a saddle.
Yeah, no, it's you'll see them at. You know
Anyway.
what? There's that Airbnb that
Yes.
the dungeon
Yes.
Airbnb. I think they've got those.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what do they? Fucking
right.
clean that shit.
We're gonna
or-
play.
Probably.
I
Bleach?
fucking hope so.
They
We're
need
gonna play a game.
They're like cleaning bill $600. They're like, okay, I understand that where that
Understood.
goes.
Right.
$1,000
Yeah.
cleaning. We're gonna play a game. And I'm springing this on you because it wouldn't be fair if I let you think about it ahead of
Okay,
time. Oh no!
okay.
First of all, I'm going to tell you my stat of the day.
Oh, right. Okay.
Ooh, almost forgot. The sex toy is 28,000 years old.
Whoa.
Again, Mia,
I won.
are you really that surprised? You always win.
28,000.
What did you say originally?
I said 15.
Oh.
Kevin said 10.
Yeah.
And V said 8.
28,000 years.
You know what?
old.
I'm tired of Mia winning, so I'm muting her.
He just. No.
Okay, I'm.
All right, we're gonna play a game. In this game, what we are going to do is we are going to go around the room, and you have 3 seconds.
Oh.
It's like a drinking game if
my
you've ever played, and we're going to name sex toys
Oh,
as quickly as
do it.
possible until you can't think of one and you can't repeat. And if you lose, you take a drink and you're out. And then
Okay.
we start the round over with the people who are left over.
is it just toys or like what's
It's like type of sex toys and also name brand sex toys.
okay?
So,
like lube doesn't count.
No.
No, lube doesn't count.
Okay.
But like anal beads counts. You don't have to name a brand of
Well,
anal
thanks
beads.
a lot.
I'll say anal beads first. That'll be my
Okay,
first one.
okay,
It'll be my
okay.
first one. But you can also say brands as well.
Okay, okay.
And Mia is set that you're going to win, and I'm set that you're not. So
I'm scared. There's so much
Wow.
I'm scared
pressure.
too.
Literally
I
your
know.
job.
Oh my god, yeah, my jaw.
I know. This
I
is
get
your job.
fired.
There you go. And you're fired. Okay, I'm going to
Wow,
start.
you don't know enough sex toys.
Ah, okay, okay.
I'm going to just use anal
No
beads.
pressure.
But on your marks, get set. We're going in clockwise. Anal beads.
Womanizer next.
Flogger.
Vibrator.
Bullwhip.
Bullet.
Butt plug.
Oh shit. Ah!
Really?
I was gonna say bullet, but you said bullet something.
Oh, drink your drink.
Fuck. Okay, I'm out.
Drink your
I'm
drink.
out.
Shelby.
Cheers.
Drink your juice. All right. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. The Rose.
Magic wand.
A whip.
Lioness.
Lilo.
Oh fuck.
2,
A dildo.
1.
You did it. You did very good. Vibrator.
That's works.
I said
Flashlight.
vibrator.
Oh!
You're out.
Wait, how did I not lose that? Okay, so it's just you and me.
Yeah.
Baby, you better just start thinking of things that you use on a regular basis. On your marks, get set.
Go.
C-ring.
Stroker.
I think Stroker was already said. Pump.
Fuck. Cock ring.
I already said C-ring.
No, she just
Okay.
said
All right, you won. Good job.
Yeah.
So wait, so you said she wasn't. You said she was.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I was
Val
right
knew.
again.
Okay.
Even though
Mia
I
knew,
lost.
Mia knew that it was, yeah.
You know
even though
what?
we
You know
didn't
what? Yeah,
lost.
you're
I
you're,
lost
you're
it.
definitely
All
getting
right.
muted.
You
No more Mia. She keeps winning everything. No fun.
does.
No fair.
No, all right. V1, and we knew it. I mean, obviously, because you work at a fucking sex shop. So
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would be embarrassing if I did. Thank you.
Okay.
a little bit.
What's like really quick the most like obscure thing that you've learned since working there, sex
Oh,
toy wise?
I thought you were gonna say a most obscure like product.
Yeah,
that
like
too.
products.
Oh,
I was gonna think of one. You know, there's those
Product
little
or
the little
thing.
rollers.
Oh,
that are like
I
the
would say
pinky
those
toe.
are obscure after hearing
Okay.
Lucifer talk
Oh,
so
God,
many
I love
times.
Lucifer.
No, that's very true.
Yeah, it's not.
You want to go listen to
obscure.
Lucifer? He's got a episode with us in season 3. We should have him back though.
Yeah,
Please.
no,
Or what
my
about the
God.
little fingers that he's got?
Oh, the knives.
Oh, the
He
knives.
had those
I love the
specially.
titties,
Those
though.
had those
Yeah.
specially made.
My friend and
Those
I
are
do
dope.
that to each
Yeah.
other, like not in a sexual way, just like in a fun way.
I mean, I just want my back scratched.
I just don't
No, I just want to do
Literally.
that. Does anybody have Molly?
Yeah.
I get this.
Dude.
Wow. What is
Anyway.
the most obscure thing you sell?
I would say our monster cocks.
Ooh.
Like it's a whole
like a
wait,
squid.
brand. Yeah, like squid.
Oh, like creature.
Yeah, sorry, Creature Cocks is the
Okay.
brand specifically, but
Yeah.
they're like aliens,
Yeah.
and it's like
Oh, it's like
fun.
the tentacles
Yeah, like
and the
tentacles.
Wow.
whatever the fuck. What is
Yeah.
it? That what's that brand? It's oh fuck, I don't know. They make all those tentacle. They're like weird.
She just said.
It's
Wait,
probably,
was it?
It's probably Creature Cock.
Oh, okay, I'm sure
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
it is then. Yeah.
But with that, we also have like slime lube that is not. It doesn't come with it, but it's like people buy it
What
together.
is
It's
it?
like so much
Slime
red
lube?
40. It makes it like red slime lube.
Do you have the dildos that actually come? If they got like the little pump?
We do.
Okay.
We talked about that in our Christmas episode.
We did.
Last
Oh yeah,
year.
you're right.
Yeah, we have a
last
new stroker that just came out. It was like has milk in the title, like milky,
Oh my gosh, I love
milky,
that.
milky something.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. There's just like so much stuff that we sell, and it's like I'm like people like different things. So I don't want to like yuck people's yum.
Yeah.
Like even though I wasn't expecting like Creature Cocks, like
Totally.
somebody's thing. So
I would absolutely use a creature cock. That
Yeah.
sounds so cool.
I'm curious.
That
I'd
sounds
the
like-
so
texture is
I'm
it's also
interested.
like really good quality, like silicone and really
Bumpy.
cool. Yeah, and
Cool and bumpy.
cool texture and like design too. Like
Yeah.
like sparkly.
Right.
Like so funny.
I got one sent to me actually.
Oh, yeah.
By a
When?
dildo maker. Well, he was gonna come on the podcast, but his headphones didn't work.
He was gonna.
We had some technical
Yeah,
issues.
so- but yeah.
Oh yeah.
He sent me a really cool like.
Oh yeah. Well, I
very
remember
cool.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
really
We have
good.
that in that.
in the box of our
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, the last
Box of
time I went
tricks.
to a sex store, I also saw like kind of more, I guess, on the, I don't know if you'd call it vanilla end, but it was like tape, but it like you can reuse it and it sticks to itself, but it's not like an adhesive necessarily. It like just sticks to itself. So instead of using like duct tape or something for like bondage play, you can use
Oh.
this tape.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It'll stick to itself, so you're not getting like sticky residue on your skin.
Oh, that
nice.
tracks.
Oh,
And
that's
it's more
cool.
like body safe.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
love
thought that
I have
was
like
very.
sex
Have you
swings
ever
or-
seen
Yeah.
this? It's a toy. I think it's called the snail.
Snail vibe?
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
kind of goes. It's really like.
Yes, that one's
totally-
also very strange. I don't
Right.
like
It
I know
looks
how it
totally-
works.
Wait, what does it do?
Okay,
It
so you-
crawl
yeah.
into you?
Yeah, it's like it's like
Here, I'll see if I can find
a
pictures.
V shape that has like little heads of like kind of like a snail come up.
Interesting.
So when you like and it like curls in on itself. So when it's like going internally, it will
It's
like hit
crazy.
the clitoral area, but then also like stay. Yes, like that's what it looks
So
like.
okay,
Whoa. Okay.
imagine
we'll
what you're.
We'll
imagine
include a
what-
picture.
Yeah, imagine what you're thinking in your head right now.
Okay.
Does it look like that?
No. Oh.
It's so interesting.
I was picturing a literal snail.
Same
Okay.
here.
Yeah, right.
We will definitely put a picture of this.
But it's so when you just So when you
That's
push
so
that part
cool.
in, it actually is against your clit, and then it's
Yeah.
actually going inside of you.
Yeah.
And it's
Unwinding.
so it's always against your
the
clit,
yeah.
but it's
That's
also can
so
go inside of you.
interesting.
In the clitoral wall too.
It would
Yeah.
be so
Fascinating.
crazy to be like a dildo engineer. Like,
I know.
I often
Right.
think about that because every month we also get our like magazines of like it's like XBiz magazine.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
one. That's a good one to see as
Oh.
like the beginning of it
Ooh.
going in.
Get that on the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Save that
great.
to your phone.
Save that.
Little brochure.
A little
Yeah.
brochure, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to be like on the marketing sales side
Bro,
of
seriously.
Yeah,
my
for real.
company.
For real. Okay. So we have chatted about the sex toy and sex shop industry. It is important to remember that our friends at sex shops need your support.
Yes,
So
come visit.
come and visit. Also, some resources to explore advocacy in sexual wellness. You can go to American Sexual Health Association, providing reliable science-based information on sexual health, as well as resources that include educational materials, workshops, and advocacy tools. We also have the National Coalition for Sexual Health, which is the NCSH, a coalition of over 200 organizations and experts who promote comprehensive sexual reproductive health, Sexual Health Youth Advocacy Coalition, the Centers for Sexual Wellness and Aging, or SAGE, and the Centers for Intimacy Justice. So if you need a place to go to get your information about how to be involved in sexual wellness, you can also, if you want to make sure that sexual wellness is on the docket in your state, call your senator, call your congressperson.
Yeah.
Make sure that your voice is heard. This is so important in today's day and age. We want sex shops to stay around because it creates a safe educational environment for people to go and physically get involved with their pleasure, which is what we are all about here. V, any final thoughts?
Just support your local sex shop. Shop small.
We love that.
We love it. Yeah.
We love it. Shop
Sorry,
small.
I fucked up the audio,
Shop
everybody.
small
My bad.
and think big. It's okay. I covered it up for you. I wasn't gonna say
I don't know.
anything.
That was pretty
Nobody
bad.
noticed.
Check us out on
This is our first time recording.
What's Your Position podcast on Instagram. What's Your Position podcast.
Before we go, did you hit record?
I did hit record.
Okay, good.
I love
Just
you
making
all
sure.
so much. Check out your local sex shop. Get some pleasure. Stay safe. Stay kind. And stay sexy.
On my body, boy, you got it. Hit them hydraulics while I ride it. Got me acting hella thotty. So excited, so exotic. I'm a seasoned professional. Squeeze it, don't let it go. Tease it, no self-control. I got time today. I got time today. I got time. Oh, I got time today. I can't wait to come out and play. Oh, yeah.
What's Your Position podcast represents the opinions of Ashley Weller and her guests. The content here should not be taken as medical advice and is intended for education and entertainment purposes only. Views and opinions expressed in the podcast are our own and do not represent that of our places of work. While we make every effort to ensure the information we are sharing is accurate, we welcome any comments, suggestions, or correction of error. Stay safe, stay kind, and stay sexy.
Darling, darling, you know that we are sold out. This is fading, but the band plays on now. We're crying, crying.